Before we talk about Oldboy, let's talk about revenge movies, or more importantly, South Korean revenge movies. For some odd reason, the country's produced some of the best revenge films of all time, and most of them have been in the last 15 years. The most famous of these films are the Vengeance trilogy, and for good reason. Starting with Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, my personal favourite of the three, the film sets a dark tone for the other two, and contains outright horrifying violence and lack of any happiness whatsoever. The second is Oldboy, the most famous of the three, and made Choi Min-sik known to the rest of the world and an acting legend. And the trilogy ends with Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, an even darker film than the previous two. I see the trilogy as three very different movies. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance is insanely bleak and drained of hope, with an ending that massively pays off. Oldboy is more Hollywoodized and made for audiences who want to see some brutal action. And finally Lady Vengeance, which is a slow-burning art house film. Most people don't actually know that Oldboy is part of a trilogy, due to the fact that nothing really ties the three films together except for the theme of vengeance, which all of the films portray exceptionally. A lot of American films usually glorify vengeance, in which the heroic protagonist loses somebody close to them and they go to either kill or imprison the one that is responsible, with the movie ending either happily or at least fulfilling. The Vengeance trilogy, however, or at least the first two, begin with an anti-hero who seeks revenge but then destroys their own life or another's unintentionally. We see the hero as a good person but end up viewing them as morally wrong and agreeing with the antagonist's reasoning. This shows how a film can misdirect audiences into rooting for an evil character, and Oldboy does it perfectly. The movie begins with us seeing Dae-Su, a drunk father arrested for antisocial behaviour. From the get-go we can tell that this man isn't a particularly good person, but we continue to root for him because of what happens next. Dae-Su is then abducted on the street and held captive in a room for 15 years. During his sentence his wife is killed and he is framed for the murder. Driven insane by the horrific environment, he vows to get vengeance for his wife's murder. He trains and learns from the TV until he is ready to escape. But then he is set free. The film spends quite a while inside the jail cell but keeps us completely hooked due to Park Chan-wook's amazing direction and Choi Min-sik's acting. Then once he's released he goes on a hunt to avenge his wife and find out who imprisoned him. This movie is so amazing in the fact that it has really dark themes and a horrifying story that explores some taboo subjects without holding back at all. I won't spoil anything, but if you've seen the film you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Another thing this film does great at is having two revenge stories but masking them as one, just like Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance and I Saw the Devil. Oldboy does the exact same and actually makes you feel sympathetic towards both the protagonist and the antagonist. There are also some really beautiful shots in this movie, such as the scene on the rooftop where Dae-Su hangs that guy off the building by his tie, or the ending hug in the snow. Hats off to the cinematographer because he did really great. I also mentioned earlier that the lead in this film was great in this movie, who also appeared in I Saw the Devil and Lady Vengeance, but all the other actors did amazing too. I don't think it's possible to talk about Oldboy without mentioning the hallway fight, and oh my god was this scene amazing, from a technical standpoint and also an entertaining standpoint. The fight is all one shot, no cuts or edits, and follows Dae-Su as he beats the utter butter out of a bunch of South Korean thugs with a hammer. This scene made the common household tool iconic with smashing people's teeth out and killing thugs in a hallway. Seriously, watch this scene on YouTube if you won't watch the movie, but you definitely should because Oldboy is a revenge film done perfect and is definitely amazing. Alright everybody, thank you for watching my second part of the Revenge trilogy. I will be doing a third one for Sympathy for Lady Vengeance, but if you did enjoy the video please leave a like below and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next video.